I want to rent you.
You want to rent me?
Yeah.
Just going out with me is not going to make you popular.
Well, I have $1,000. It says it will.
Imagine being invisible. You're the kid nobody notices, sitting at the bottom of the social ladder, dreaming of what life would be like if you could just break into the world of the popular crowd. That's Ronald Miller in Can't Buy Me Love.
Jocks became jocks, cheerleaders became cheerleaders. We became us. I like us.
But here's where it gets interesting. One risky move changes everything. Suddenly, Ronald goes from geek to top dog, respected, admired, and even desired. The same quirks that made him a nobody are now celebrated, all because he has one thing he never had before: status. This isn't just another 80s teen rom-com. It's a story that exposes the brutal truth about how attraction really works and why status can turn a nobody into somebody overnight. But here's the question: what happens when the very thing that makes you popular also sets you up for the fall? Quick note, to give you the best experience without copyright interruptions, our full uncut content is available on Patreon. So if you enjoy our content and want the full experience, support us on Patreon. Patreon gang, salute! Spoiler alert! This video contains spoilers, so you've been warned. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we many.
Why would you be thinking about them? You're certainly not conscious of us.
That's my point. Wouldn't you like to hang with them?
Here's Ronald Miller, our protagonist. He's smart, ambitious, and works hard, cutting lawns to save up for a telescope. But more than stargazing, Ronald has his eyes on Cindy Mancini, the captain of the cheerleading squad, the girl every guy wants, and the one girl who feels completely out of reach.
You got a crush on Cindy? Huh? No. Well, most living organisms do, but she's way out of our league. She's even out of their league.
High school makes the rules clear. Status is everything. It's the invisible currency that decides who gets noticed and who doesn't. Ronald, he's at the very bottom. Cindy, she's the ultimate prize at the top. But Ronald isn't clueless. He knows it's not kindness or brains that will win Cindy. It's popularity. Without it, he'll never even be in the conversation. That's why when the opportunity to buy in presents itself, Ronald takes it.
Would you listen to me? I will work here after school and on weekends, and all you need to do is give me a replacement outfit as an advance.
Listen.
So what happens when a geek decides he's done being invisible and risks everything to climb the social ladder?
You pretend you like me, and we go out for just a few weeks, and that will make me popular.
Here's where the mask comes off. Ronald doesn't just confess his crush on Cindy, he makes her a deal. He doesn't want love, at least not in the way it's usually sold. He wants to rent her. Yes, rent.
What are you talking about? Are you high?
I want to rent you.
You want to rent me?
Yeah. You pretend you like me, and we go out for just a few weeks, and that will make me popular.
Just going out with me is not going to make you popular.
Well, I have $1,000. It says it will.
I think you've mowed one too many lawns.
You're right. I believe we have decided against purchasing the outfit.
Sounds cold, right? But let's get brutally honest. That's exactly what most modern relationships are. You don't own her. You're renting her time, her body, her status until something better comes along. And here's the twist. Women volunteer for it. Why? Because just like Cindy, they often need a bailout. Remember, she ruined her mom's expensive dress and first tried to work for free at the store to pay it off. But when that failed, she turned to Ronald. He wasn't her dream guy. He was her financial escape plan. This is the raw truth. Money is the lever. Always has been. Always will be. Just look at the Diddy case. Everyone acted shocked by the allegation. But the reality is, the women involved weren't forced. They chose to participate in his freak-offs because he gave them allowances, trips, and lifestyle perks. That's why prosecutors couldn't prove coercion on the biggest charges. These women weren't prisoners. They were renters. trading their presence for his resources.
He was convicted on prostitution charges, but today he's in federal court in New York looking to have it all thrown out.
With respect to the prostitution counts, the defense is arguing that because Combs didn't actually participate in the sex acts and it was more voyeurism, that doesn't amount to prostitution. The government is saying, well, no, you facilitated prostitution with your romantic partners, and that's enough.
Now, let's make it crystal clear. The dictionary defines rent as to pay a fixed amount for the use of something. Lease as a financial arrangement where you pay to use something for a set period of time. Sound familiar? It should, because that's how dating works for most guys. You don't buy permanence, you buy access. That's exactly what Ronald's doing with Cindy. She isn't his, she's a lease, a short-term arrangement for status. And this movie nails it perfectly with one brilliant scene.
Now there's the answer, buddy. If you want to be popular, you get one of those, and you get one of those.
Yeah, right. My 1500 wouldn't buy the wheel.
You can rent them, you know.
Yeah.
Boom! There it is. That car, a Ferrari 328 GTS, mid-80s dream machine. Back then, it was the symbol of luxury, wealth, and status. And Kenneth nails the comparison. You can't buy it, but you can rent it, just like Cindy. And this is the harsh reality the movie exposes. Women like Cindy are the Ferrari 328 GTS of the high school hierarchy. Beautiful, unattainable, and only available to the guy who can flash enough status.
So how come you asked me out?
You went out with Cindy. She is Cindy Mancini.
Ronald's $1,500 couldn't buy him the wheel of that Ferrari, but it was just enough to lease Cindy.
No, it was an act. Bobby, he paid me.
Then that makes you a prostitute.
This isn't just an 80s high school fantasy. It's everywhere. Just look at hip-hop videos, flashy cars, rented mansions, leased jewelry, and women draped all over the scene like accessories. Half the time, even the luxury isn't real. Remember when MTV Cribs got exposed for staging fake houses and cars? The illusion still sold because status sells. And if you think this is exaggeration, let's bring in a real-life example. Floyd Money Mayweather.
Why no? You said earlier when you wanted when you got that allowance. When you got that allowance, you ain't say you ain't turn away. You turn right to the bank teller like, yeah. to the bank teller, you were like, yeah. When you got your check. You ain't turn away from the check. If I try to give you the check, you ain't say, no, I don't want the check. You said, yeah. You see, like this. Yeah, I want to. You stand on the front line.
Floyd isn't stupid. He knows she's leased. He knows he's renting her, and he's fine with it. That's why he gives her an allowance. She's hot. She's chasing status. And he's the guy who can provide it. It's lease. It's rent. But here's the kicker. What happens when Ronald actually gets Cindy and the illusion of renting turns into something far more dangerous? So here's the million-dollar question. What happens when the lease runs out? At first, Ronald's plan looks like a masterpiece. By associating with Cindy, he doesn't just get her, he gets status. And status is the cheat code.
I think that's Ronald Miller.
No way. It must be a transfer.
What did he say?
I don't care. Dig on his shirt.
Interesting mode of transport. Sort of antiquated like.
Yeah, I call it my undercover car.
It doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter what he drives. It doesn't even matter how goofy he looks. As long as he's got status, the girls are all in. And this right here is the harsh truth. Status makes you bulletproof. Guys with status can get away with anything, even being complete assholes. Look at the jocks. Half the girls in the movie don't even like them, but they hang around anyway.
I'm thrilled.
Check it out, dudes. New recruits. Being a senior's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Why? Because status trumps comfort. Status trumps nice. Status trumps everything. But here's the kicker. The second Ronald loses that status, poof, it's over. All those girls who were all over him suddenly act like he doesn't even exist.
Ronald Miller paid me $1,000 to pretend I liked him. What a deal, huh? $1,000 to go out with him for a month. This guy. Oh, God. He bought me. And he bought all of you. He was sick and tired of being a nobody. Yeah, and he said that all of you guys would worship him if we went out. And I didn't believe that. I was like, no way. And he was right. No, he was right. Our little plan worked, didn't it, Ronald?
And this isn't just an 80s teen comedy trope. It's real life. Celebrities, athletes, rock stars. When they're hot, everybody wants them. When they're a cold product, when the spotlight fades, nobody cares. Ronald's rise and fall is the perfect reminder. When you lease your way into the spotlight, the day the payments stop, so does the attention. But there's still one person who sees through the game, and she's the reason this story doesn't end like The Last American Virgin. When The Last American Virgin dropped, it left nice guys everywhere shattered. Gary doesn't just lose Karen, she runs back to Rick, his best friend. The movie ends with Gary alone, humiliated and broken. Brutal? Yeah, but honest. That's why it hit so hard, because deep down, we all knew that's the truth. Now compare that to Can't Buy Me Love. Ronald loses everything, but then, boom, cue the cliche 80s kiss.
Can't buy me love.
Love prevails, happily ever after. It's right there in the title, Can't Buy Me Love. The story had to wrap with True Love Wins, because otherwise the message flips, Can Buy Me Love. And if that were the ending, Cindy and women in general would have been exposed as superficial, materialistic, and status-driven. But here's the truth, Cindy and Karen are no different. Think about it. Cindy only comes clean after Bobby, the high-status college guy, rejects her. When the top option walks away, she flips the script to save face. Remember her brutal line?
I mean, at least I got paid.
That's not love, that's damage control. And Karen, same story. She used Gary when Rick got her pregnant, milked the nice guy for support, and then dropped him the moment Rick was back in the picture. Both women did what women often do, protect themselves, protect their reputation, and make sure they don't walk away empty-handed. Real life proves this pattern. Look at what happens in celebrity divorces. Guys build empires only to watch half of it vanish the moment the relationship ends. Think about athletes, actors, or musicians who lose tens of millions overnight. Were those women chasing love, or were they securing the payout? It's the same game Cindy and Karen played on screen, just with teenage stakes instead of mansions and millions. Once Ronald and Gary were no longer useful, both got discarded. And let's be real, in the real world, Cindy would have ended up with Bobby, the high-status college star, not Ronald. That cliche 80s kiss is Hollywood damage control, nothing more. Ronald gets the girl not because it's true, but because the studios couldn't stomach the truth. So ask yourself, was Ronald's happy ending really a win or just a cover-up for the truth most guys don't want to face? Can't Buy Me Love dresses itself up as a rom-com fairy tale, but underneath the flashy dance moves and cheesy kiss, it's a story about status. Ronald didn't win Cindy because of who he was. He won because of what he represented. The nerd became desirable only when he climbed the social ladder, and he fell the moment that status slipped. Hollywood gave him a happy ending, but let's be real, that wasn't for him. That was for the audience, to protect the fantasy, to hide the brutal truth that The Last American Virgin didn't shy away from. Most guys like Ronald and Gary don't get the girl because women don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with what you are. So the big question is this: was Ronald's ending really about love, or was it just Hollywood's way of covering up the truth most guys don't want to face? Remember the Ferrari. You can rent it, you can lease it, but the moment the payments stop, it's gone. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.